34-year-old state assemblyman Zohran Mamdani is looking likely to become the city's first Muslim leader, its youngest in more than 100 years, and one who has openly described himself as a democratic socialist. All of which has some very, very excited, but also it's inspired Islamophobic attacks, a billionaire spending spree, and the threats from the president of the United States, who falsely labeled Mamdani as a communist. And in fact, Donald Trump has now publicly endorsed Mamdani's opponent, Andrew Cuomo, in the 11th hour. And again, he repeated his warning, though it really comes off as a threat, that the city will suffer if Mamdani wins. So this also shouldn't be the most surprising thing, because you had Trump saying on 60 Minutes in an interview that aired on Sunday,
"It's going to be hard for me as the president to give a lot of money to New York, because if you have a communist running New York, all you're doing is wasting the money you're sending there." So I don't know that he's won, and I'm not a fan of Cuomo one way or the other, but if it's going to be between a bad Democrat and a communist, I'm going to pick the bad Democrat all the time, to be honest with you.
Of course, like any engagement, it wasn't official until he posted something to social media, with him writing that if Mamdani wins, he'd cut the city's federal funding to the very minimum as required, saying the city would have zero chance of success or even survival with Mamdani at the helm, then claiming that a vote for the Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa, who looks much better without the beret, is a vote for Mamdani, and adding, whether you personally like Andrew Cuomo or not, you really have no choice. You must vote for him and hope he does a fantastic job. He is capable of it. Mamdani is not. And then as far as Mamdani's reaction, he said, hey, congratulations. Putting out a post stating Trump endorses Cuomo with the caption saying, congratulations, Andrew Cuomo. I know how hard you worked for this. With him then also hitting back at a campaign event in Queens.
In these final days, what was rumored, what was feared has become naked and unabashed. The MAGA movement's embrace of Andrew Cuomo is reflective of Donald Trump's understanding that this would be the best mayor for him. Not the best mayor for New York City, not the best mayor for New Yorkers, but the best mayor for Donald Trump as his administration.
Now, as far as Cuomo, in a radio interview about a half an hour after Trump published his post, you had him saying that the president is right. A vote for Sliwa is a vote for Mamdani. That's why this election is up to the Republicans. But then also with that, you later had him denying that Trump's words actually amounted to an endorsement, and claiming he's not endorsing me, he's opposing Mamdani. And with that, you had him still claiming that he's the right person to stand up to Trump.
We need a mayor who can stand up to Donald Trump, who can get the funding that New York deserves, who can make sure the National Guard does not come to New York, because we don't need the National Guard, and I can stand up to Trump. Trump will go through Mamdani like a hot knife through butter.
But again, with all that said, right now, most money appears to be on Mamdani. For most of the polls, they've shown him leading by double digits. Though again, words are words, polls are polls, and actions are actions.